Before we begin this, some facts about COVID 19 are: 1. It has 78.6 million cases worldwide at the moment. 2. People have been quarantined to their homes for almost a year now. 3. People are supposed to stay away from each other. 4. Everyone has been social distancing, and they still are. 5. We all have to wear masks and clean our hands often. 6. Stay away from people who are sick and even with a minor cold. 7. It has affected people worldwide. 8. Many important subjects has been postponed, and almost everyone is doing many of their jobs and classes online. Hello and welcome. Today I will interview you about COVID-19, but to first begin this, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm obviously Ayesha's cousin, and I'm really happy about what we're going to be talking about today because this is something that we should really talk about and really have some concern to it, of course.
Alright, for the first question, how did you first feel when you heard about COVID-19 and how it was spreading?
But first of all, how I feel like it's a really shocking thing for not just for me, but like for practically everybody else because it's something very new, especially when 2020 started because you know when the virus just came out, everybody was just panicking. Everybody's getting emergency supplies. Everybody started to get all these things, and it was like everybody was just like in like a panicky mode. And how I feel about its spread, I feel like it's pretty scary because the spread it can go asymptomatic, but overall, together we can knock this virus out.
For the second question, what is your view about COVID-19?
I don't have like a strict view on COVID 19, but what I think about COVID 19 in general, I can say that is like my view for COVID 19 can be like it can have various points, it can have various elements about it because COVID 19 is a type of virus that can attack like older people, and that's like the basic stereotypes of what it's about. But personally for me it has affected everybody socially, mentally, and apparently I gotta say this physically. But I feel like with good sustenance and maintenance we can overcome this and get this COVID-19 views out of our head and have a fresh start in 2021.
Alright, for the third question, how do you feel about the lockdowns that are happening?
I feel the lockdowns is, some of the most primary effects that would obviously would happen if, a pandemic would happen or any other situation that would happen. But for us in this situation for COVID-19, I feel lockdowns are the best to do at this situation where especially if a virus is definitely, a symptomatic spread where it can just spread from person to person. So the best way to do is just keep everybody at home, and with good maintenance I feel like we can definitely get this thing over with as quickly as possible, but it depends on everybody else as well.
Fourth question, do you agree with what the government is doing?
For the government, I feel the government's doing a good job. I mean, but it depends on everybody. We're all humans, and this thing is completely new and we still are adjusting to this whole thing and to this whole situation because the government has done a lot of things that some people like and some people don't like. We can't go deep into the situation, but overall we feel like the government's trying their best to try to get rid of this virus despite the high amount of cases, but in the end it just goes on to the general public. Some countries may do very well into containing the virus due to government actions. Some might not do good and may cause like millions and millions of cases, which is obviously not good. But personally, some of the government actions, especially when it comes to economic related things, I feel like they've done kind of iffy. But overall, the general perspective, especially in the sciences, they've done very well. Like we are almost on the verge of a very successful vaccine that can hopefully get to all people by 2021.
Fifth question, what do you think will happen after COVID-19 is over?
This is going to be, I mean, this is going to be this is a pretty big question. I mean, I don't even know how to answer this because COVID-19 can change a lot of people's perspectives. I can definitely say that. It's going to be very different from even 2019, 2018, or even, before that. Because, COVID-19 has taught us to, be together alone, apparently, because, at this point, if you're just like, staying home alone, or just being with your families, I feel like it does teach us how to improve our relationships, and some may not, in depending on the situations. But as time goes on, I feel like we can adjust back, but it's going to be a very slow recovery from this because this is something that can impact everybody in a really huge scale.